Try this again. Overheated, ladies and gents. I apologize for that. So let's see. There we go.
Bro,
My phone heated on me. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to like cool it down. But no, I missed some of the questions. Who was asking the question? It was Ash.4K. Let me put that in the comments again. We lost all them questions. I apologize.
yeah, also that question. Your phone died or
No,
it got
it
too hot?
got too hot. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? California
yeah,
sun, you know what I mean?
crazy.
It's hot out here in Bakersfield. So
Yeah. Hey, well, we got more people heads in here right now, so
no doubt, no doubt.
best.
Please put all your questions in the question box.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Man, that was gonna be a good question because the D1s, I know the question. I remember the question now. So it was D1s and do D1s recruit D3s, NAIA, or
just
NAIA, or they only recruit D2s, JUCO, and prep. So I was saying that's a good question. So the reason why that's a good question is because first of all, most of us don't know a lot about those. Most of us don't know anything about D3s, right? And it's not that we don't think that they can play. We just don't. I don't know the leagues. I don't know if they translate. So that's you got to watch a lot of film. Like there was a kid from D3 last year. His name was I think Darren Fergus. I recruited him. I thought he was really good. He averaged 20 a game and he was a player of the year. So like my personal opinion, I think that like that kid could come up to our level and give us 9 to 10 a game, at least, right? Because he's been the man, you know. So I think that it just depends on like what you do in D3. Like if you averaging 4 points in D3, probably not. But if you averaging 20 points, yes. So the D2s is equivalent because there's D2s out there that can beat D1s. JUCO players are really good players. And then prep school players, like they're just older. They're older freshmen. Not saying that they're ready to play all the time, but they could be, you know. So, but yeah.
So let me see. So you got a fourth question, all right? So
Rafting done what to tell kids playing high level comp in AAU than going back to less committed school ball? Dominate the competition. Like if you play high competitive anything and you go to a lesser competition, you should dominate the competition.
Right.
Competition. Like you should go to the lesser competition, be trying to drop 25, 30 a game. You know what I mean? You shouldn't. Your competition level doesn't matter. Like you're trying to kill all the time. And so if you get that experience and you're playing on the AAU circuit and it's like really high level competition, I'm going down to the lesser competition and trying to dominate them. That's my advice to them. Don't stoop down to the level of your competition ever. Gilbert Arenas had say that again.
I said it takes maturity though.
Yeah,
it
does. It does. But like he had a video said he was trying to kill everybody, no matter you 1, 2, 3 in the state, because when you put the work in, it's hard to surrender when you put a bunch of work in. Like I ain't care who came on the floor. I wasn't better than everybody, but I ain't care who came on the floor. Number one in the country, don't care, because it's like my work versus your work. You know what I mean? And that's the mentality you have to have when you play in this game.
I think that's what separates people too.
Yeah. Adrian Nunn, Coach, how do you separate yourself from other people during high school trials? High school trials, okay, this is a good one. All right. Make your layups. It's the simplest thing, but it's so true. I coached high school. I was the head varsity coach, and dudes that made layups made my team. Because in high school, like, if you shanking layups, like, bro, you can't make a right-hand, left-hand layup, you have no business being on varsity unless you're 6'9". You know what I mean? Because I feel like, well, I could teach you how to make the left-hand layup. But, like, make your layups. Your layups, right hand and left hand layups, you'll make a varsity team. I promise you. Because every coach gonna be like, we need that, you know. Most ninth graders coming to school, man, they ain't worked on that game. They don't know how to make a right hand, left hand layup. You know what I mean? They got some talent, but they can't even do the fundamental stuff. So play hard, make your layups. That would be my advice.
Client the other day, 8th grade, Dad Olsen. Oh no, he's a really great driver. He does this and that like that. I'm like, bro, your eyes must be different than mine, because he should be in my 6th grade group, like for real. Like it's and it comes from the parents too. Like, you know, if you go watch a middle school game, it's probably the most egregious thing you ever seen in your life. It's terrible. But like you said, I think I would go a little step further than that, because if you come in, you make your left hand layups and right hand layups, the threshold for like respect for a coach has gone down so much that I think if you go in there and you go ahead and say, all right, I'm going to be the one that, you know, the first one always drills, obviously,
Yeah.
right? Ask questions, right? And just be attentive. When he says, all right, we're about to do this, you hustle over there. Like these little things from a tryout that I've seen before, I was like, bro, I'll be out there hollering right now.
No doubt.
Coach.
No doubt.
Like that burns me up. Like, bro, like we talked about this other day. Yo, that stipend not big enough for you to be walking towards me and acting like you dropping 40 next game.
No doubt.
Yo, if you were my kid, like
yeah.
Kids, like, bro. So I think that's something. I don't know what grade you're in, but if you're a freshman coming in, I think, you know, first impressions is everything. You can be the worst kid in the gym, but if you do those things, they'll be like, at least we can take a chance on you this year, and then you have a whole year to get better and do the exact things that they need you to do.
No doubt. That was a good question. J _Gusto, what's your thoughts on reclassified culture that has exploded? Does it affect recruiting? I don't think it affects recruiting because you can reclassify, right? Like y'all get mad at the people for reclassifying. Well, you reclassify. Go to the same class they went to. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like, I mean, it's kind of funny to say, but it's true. Like here's the one thing, and please don't take this the wrong way. Like some of y'all kids just not good enough. That's just the truth. Like they're just not good enough. So like it's easy for
Coach,
all of us to make excuses on what's going on. Go ahead, say that one more time.
Hit them with the reasons. We're on the same page with this.
Yeah.
Hit them with the reasons.
The reasons why. So we'll blame, it's reclassifying. No, your kid, just like I said, can't make a right and left hand layup, but they're a senior. Right? Your kid can't go 7 out of 10 from the field. Like if we took stats on summer high school, it's some of y'all kids shooting under 30% from the field and think they going D1. That's not gonna happen. You know, that's no knock. That's just honesty. Okay. There's some of your kids who are playing terrible competition. The competition matters. Like you be looking at dudes like, man, ain't nobody on the floor 6'10". Ain't nobody on the floor 6'5", and you barely scoring on the dude 6'2", but you finna go score on the dude 6'10" in college. It doesn't work like that. Like, you know what I mean? So like there's a myriad of reasons why they not good enough. It's just like I think that sometimes we always, and it's human nature, we want to make an excuse of why it's the way it is. No, those kids needed an extra year to be as good as they are. That's why they reclassified in most cases, right? And they were better than you as a junior, or they were better than you as a senior, and now they reclassify and they better than the juniors and the seniors. You know what I mean? They just better. So it's not like, and if you feel like you like that, you reclassify. Right? You have the same opportunity they do. So, you know what I'm saying? I understand like where people are coming from, but it's not taking your opportunity if you can reclassify. Yeah. Because it's not like now only certain people can reclassify. Everybody can reclassify.
Would you say, and this goes back to our development part, so you know you gotta play that political game, you gotta play that development game. Now, am I shooting myself in the foot because I'm playing these juniors again that are really sophomores when I was a junior, you know what I mean? So I'm playing lower. Now, is that gonna hurt me with my development going forward?
It could, but then again, like if you reclassify so you can play, if you reclassify and you can play at a prep school, you finna play against some college guys. So like even though you dominating them dudes down there, we're gonna find out if you really like that once we see you in prep school. You know what I mean? Now if you reclassify, some of those dudes reclassify because they don't know if they're gonna be good enough by the time their senior years come around, and then they don't reclassify. They graduate early. But they really was that age anyway. You know what I mean? So, like, I mean, I get it. But then again, like, yeah, they be doing it all the time. Like, dudes are reclassified. Like, they'll hold them back in 8th grade, right? So they really like 9th graders. They really like 10th graders when they get to 9th grade. And then they become good enough. And then they graduate early and go to school.
I just didn't know if that was the case with Cooper Flag. But, okay, I don't
know if it's the case with Cooper Flag. I don't know. But, like, I mean... The dude, like some of them kids, like they may be smart too. Like you got great grades, like you take AP classes and stuff. Like man, you done took all them classes you need to get into college, so you can like it's really about your academics. But I'm just saying, some cases is the other way that I just said. So, 100%. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, like I mean, I get where y'all coming from. I promise you I do. I try to stay in a place of very neutral, but like I get where y'all come from, but some of y'all kids, they just not good enough because they ain't putting in the work, you know. And I want all of our kids. We think all of our kids hung the moon. I'm telling you, we do. But like, I tell my kid, and he plays soccer. I'm like, bro, you don't work hard enough to be no college athlete. Right. And if you do get an opportunity, they are gonna your first year in college is gonna be like it's gonna make or break you if you get that opportunity. But you don't work hard enough. And I tell my kids that. So I'm not telling y'all to tell y'all kids that. I don't tell my kids that. Now I tell them. So that was a good question though. Then we got 2 up in here. So Coach D Sims, I coached JUCO and a few guys were recruited, decided to go walk on at D1 and D2. They had the potential to get scholarships from those levels after 1 or 2 years. What are the chances that players make that decision, will play or get scholarships at the walk on? Slim. It's free money. Like it's a free kid. Right? If I got a good player that's walking on, I don't got to give him no scholarship as long as he'll stay there. You know what I mean? Like, so here's the thing with JUCO. All right. When you are not getting recruited in high school, why would you not go try to go get to JUCO and go get re-recruited? Like, go get recruited, you know what I'm saying? Like, period. Ain't nobody recruiting you in high school. So go to JUCO where you at least know I'm going to get in front of coaches, right? And then you can get re-recruited again. And then if you didn't get the offers that you want, go to JUCO or go to prep and get re-recruited. Mm-hmm. So now you are in control of the recruiting process. Y'all are so D1 happy or D1 or bust happy that you'll just take one and it's a bad situation. And the crazy part about it is you're going to go be back in JUCO the next year and you got a year this way. You know what I mean? You just wasted a whole year not playing. You could have went to JUCO and played and then went to somewhere that you wanted to go to and they wanted you. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand that mindset. That's what bothers me. And coach is like, dude, like, you could have went to JUCO or went to prep.
Back in, when we were that age too, it was a time when we both was like that too.
For sure. And that's why I try not to be critical. I was like that too. But then when it gets late in the game, like, I wanted to go D1. When it got late in the game, I said, well, I'll go D2. Yeah. I'll go D2. Then if I got to go to prep, I'll go prep because I want to keep playing.
Right.
Like, it was about continuing my career. At some point, it comes to a time where it's like, oh, continue your career. Yes, man, dude, go try to get D1. That should be the goal. Go be D1. You should try to. That's your goal. But if you start to realize at the end of your career, okay, I only got D2's recruitment. You probably a Division II player. Don't wait out and try to get a D1 because you're going to be a guy that is. For us, when we recruit dudes late, like that's why we try to get all our guys early, right? Mm-hmm. Now the late game is not for you no more. The late game is the portal game.
The late game.
So if I don't get who I want in the portal, I'm gonna grab a kid that I might have been talking to all year. I'm gonna grab a kid that once I don't get my guy from the portal, I'm gonna grab a kid now. It's a waste. Like, I'm just taking him so that we got 13 guys on our roster, and then if he don't pan out, I'm gonna get rid of him and I'm gonna take another kid. That's why people are mad when some guys are getting asked to leave. Yes, because they were never good enough from the beginning, and they were so D1 or bust in their mind that they took a bad situation, and then now they back in the portal, and then they have no film. So, like, think about this. We recruit you the first time around. You tell us no. You go way higher than where you're supposed to go, higher level, right? You don't play, and then you think we're going to take you back. You didn't even play last year. Why would I take you? You didn't even play. Like, you had a whole year where you did not play at all. That no coach is doing that, man. Like that. And if you do, they really loved you. Mm-hmm. They really was rocking with you. Like, that's my own. I'm telling you, we had a kid turn us down 2 times in the same year. He chose both high majors chose it. We recruited the crap out of him. And the dude got into the portal, and then coach came to me, was like, man, you think we should take him? I said, he ain't played. Mm-hmm. The last 2 years he didn't play. Why would we take him? So we're gonna take a risk on our career on a dude that didn't play just because we recruited him the first time. He ain't played. Mm-hmm. I don't know how good he is now. Right. And then is he messed up here? You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Like, it's just funny how people thinking. Like, it's funny the advice that people give. You know what I mean? So and if y'all read my thing, put all your questions in the question box, because I'm just telling you, if they're not in the question box, I'm not gonna answer. Yeah. Because it keeps moving up and it's hard to go down and keep. So if you got a question, ask in the question box. But that was a great question. You gave us a great topic to talk about that right there, Coach D. Sims. I don't know if you have anything to add.
Nah, you covered. Yeah.
Nah. Tristan in Ngamo 3. What is a conditioning day like at the Division I level?
Hey, y'all wear monitors? Y'all wear monitors?
No, we don't have that. That's expensive. Like, that's the high major guys, but we don't got them. So conditioning. So we do it a little different. I'll tell you what my conditioning, because I went to 2 schools, so I'll tell you what both of them. So when I was at Lipscomb, we woke my first, all right, so I'll give you the whole story. So I go to my coach that recruited me. I said, Coach, hey, man, I'm nervous about running. Like, I know we got conditioning. I'm nervous about running. So, like, what can I do? You know what I mean? What can I do? And coach was like, oh, he gave me this whole list. I mean, one of the days you had to run for 25 minutes straight. The next day you got to run a mile in under 7 minutes. Like, he gave me this long thing. So I tried to do it, and I didn't do every one of them. But it prepared me enough is what I'm saying. So I was trying to get my roommate to run. I was like, yo, come run with me, bro, because we got to be ready for this. Like, we freshmen. So I'm like, bro, we can't be at the back, bro. We can't be at the back. Like, that's just my mentality. We can't be at the back. We got to try to go up here and run, try to get some spot on the track. So we go to the track. Coach says, all right, guys, we got a 3,200. 3,200, for people that don't know, is 8 times around the track. All right, 3,200. Man, guards got to make it in 12. Bigs got to make it in 12:30. I'm like, oh, so that's all we got. Okay, cool. We just gonna do a 2 mile. We're gonna be up out of here. 2 mile, boom, take off. Right. I get mine under 12. I'm taking a, you know what I'm saying? Taking a rest. Coach goes, all right, guys, we got the 1,600. I'm like, we just did the 32. What you mean? 1,600. That's a mile for people that want 4 times around the track. All the guards got to get it under 6. All the bigs got to get it under 6:30. So I'm booking it. Got to get my time, because I ain't want to miss my time. Like, I got to make my time. Make the time. So,
6 is fast. Who don't know? 6 is fast.
6 is fast. 6 is crazy.
Fast,
6 is,
bro.
like, if you're in 6 is crazy. Like,
yeah,
coach
6
is crazy.
like he knows
Olympians run like a 4.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so, like, you talking about like 5, and I made mine at 5:30, so I was in pretty good shape. But like 6 is crazy. Okay, just so y'all know, you got good pace if you run a 6. All right. So we get to the 1,600, and I run the 800. So I'm like, man, I don't know how much we finna run, so I pace myself. Right. So I'm like, I'm gonna pace myself on this one. Pace myself. I'm running. I make the time, whatever. But I'm in the middle of the pack. Right. So my coach got me. He said, hey, Brandon, come here. I'm dog tired. Got my water bottle. I'm talking to him. What's up, coach? He said, man, why are you in the middle of the pack? You don't hear me out here? I'm telling you to push. You don't hear me? I said, Coach, I hear you. He said, why are you not moving? I said, I am moving, Coach. He said, all right. If I told you you had to win it, would you win it? I said, yeah. He said, all right, you got to win it. Set me up. So I get on that 800. Man, I book it. I cooked everybody by like 12, 13 seconds. Cooked them. Cooked them. And then even after that, so we did the 800, the 400, and then we ran sprints afterwards. So, like, that was a day in conditioning, right? Then one day we went to the soccer field, and we did the same thing, but we did it in relays. That was fun. Relays was fun. We had to do 4 times around. Then once you got done with your 4, you had to pass that thing in relays. Yep. Now, Coach Sanders, Coach Johns, Chad, that wasn't Coach Sanders. That was Coach Froden. Coach Sanders called me in the office afterwards, and we had a meeting. I'll tell you about that in a second. So we do the track, or the soccer field with the batons. Pass the baton off to the next dude. He do his 4. Pass the baton. He do his 4. So you got a big, a wing, and a point guard in your group. And whoever won the session had the least amount of heels. We had a heel on our soccer field, so you had the least amount of heels. So like you still had to do it. So it was like a point system. So if you won first, you got 5 points. If you were second, you got 3 points. Third, you got 1 point. Stuff like that. And they calculated the points. You know, it was like 5 teams. So, but Chad, Coach Sanderson called me in there and was like, Brandon, you know, he's like, Brandon, Coach comes to me. He tells me, man, you were pacing yourself. Now, why would you do that? I said, Coach, I'm tired. Like, I just told him, like, Coach, I'm tired, man. He said, tired? He said, we don't need anybody pacing ourselves. Like, we don't need them pacing themselves. Like, what are you doing? I said, Coach, like, man, that was a lot, man. I didn't even know like we was gonna do that much. I mean, but did Coach not tell you that we were gonna run a lot? Yeah, he told me, because I felt like I was pretty prepared. I made all the times. He said, we didn't bring you here to make the times. We brought you here to kill the times. He said, let me tell you something. I'm gonna read down your script. I'm gonna read down your times. We do the 3,200. We tell you get it on the 12. Brandon, you get it in 11:15. That's really good. Really good. He said, then we go down, we do the 1,600. Brandon, you get it in 5:30. Like, you was like second. Then we have a drop off. You do the 800. Brandon, you do it in like 3:30. 3:20. We said 3:30. You did like 3:20. He's like, then we go do the 800 or the 400, which I'm assuming that coach was that was when he talked to you. And man, you beat everybody by 13 seconds. So he's like, so what do you want me to do? Like, if you want to play, like, man, you got to beat these dudes. So you go with a different mentality.
Yeah.
Like, after you have the conversation with the head coach, like, your mentality is going to be totally different once you get out there in that field because he's watching you. Like, and it's like, I had to prove to him, like, hey, bro, I'm really like that. So you're not going to call me up in here and try me and sit there and be like, man, I can't run. So, like, it was just, that's what's lost in this generation. Like, a coach get on to y'all now, y'all get mad and think y'all know more than the coach. A coach got mad at us. I'm like, okay, okay, we gonna see something. I'll show you tomorrow. I can't wait to get to the track just so I can burn everybody. You know what I mean? Like, it was like a disrespect. It was a respectful disrespect. Like, you're not finna disrespect me like that. Like, I can't run. But coach will get after you like that to turn you up. Like, kids don't. You can't push kids like that now. Like, some of them you can, but you can't push kids like that because they'll fold on you right now. You know what I mean? Like, they'll be like, man, coach don't love me, man. Coach he don't believe in me. No, that's why I'm talking to you because I believe in you, bro.
Yeah, you got to be worried about coach don't talk to you when he don't care about.
Like, when I start talking to you, I'm trying to figure out how to get you up out of here.
Right.
I'm gonna keep it $1,000. So no. I'm trying to figure out how to get. Hey, coach, let me get on the roads because this dude ain't listening. Man, let me go. I did that, man, bro. I did that the year our worst year, like 2 years ago. Man, I ain't even go to the game. I ain't gonna lie. I said, I'm going on the road. I said, we gotta get some players. I ain't going to the game. I ain't go to Hawaii. I missed like 4 games. I was on the road recruiting. Man, I'm not playing. Man, we're not playing, bro. Our jobs be on the line, bro. We're not playing. Like, if you're not gonna do what we say, somebody out here will do what we say.
Yeah.
And probably better than you. You know what I mean? Like, dudes, like, guys will work their whole life to get to college. And then, man, get in college and just get it away. That's what I'm saying. Like, parents don't be understanding what be going on in college, man. Like, dudes will work their whole life to get here. And then when they get here, we tell them, hey, man, we tell them, go up. Hey, man, you got to go up another level. And they like, I mean, coach, like, that's a lot. Coach, like, man, you told me on the phone when I'm recruiting you that you a worker. You know what I mean? Now I'm telling you get up at 5:30 in the morning. You ain't trying to get up at 5:30 in the morning and work. Coach, I'm in the bed. Coach, I'm asleep. Coach, y'all don't give us no break. What? Didn't you tell me on the phone, like, if I give you a chance, man, I never regret it? That's what you told me on the phone when I recruited you. So you got to bring up like, I keep receipts. Right. That's why I ask a lot of questions. Because when if you come on campus, I'm bringing it back up. Oh, didn't you tell me? I ain't say this. You said you wanted to be an NBA player. This is what it takes to be an NBA player. If you don't want to be no NBA player, I'll back off. I'll back off if you need me to. But don't sit there and tell me you want to go to the league or you want to make money playing this game and you got a half work ethic. Like, man, please. Like, you're not doing that. You know what I mean? So let's get to the next question.
That's it. That's D1.
Say what now?
That's what I was answering the question. That's a condition today in D1.
That's a condition today at D1 right there. You know what I mean? Walty.P, an incoming freshman in high school. What should I know about high school versus AAU and kind of the comparison?
Walty P.
That's a good one. That's a good one. You must know Walty P.
That's my
Okay. So incoming freshman, all right? Your first order of operation. How can I get on varsity? That's your first order operation. How do I make varsity? Don't worry about nothing else. I'm going to go to coach. Might be the first day of school. Coach, listen, I want to make varsity. How I make varsity? Whatever he tell you, do that and some more, right? Layups. Like I said before to my man earlier, you got to make layups. You know what I mean? You got to do the little stuff because it's going to be guys that already know they're getting on the team, they're seniors, and you got to do the stuff that they don't want to do. So I don't know what position Walty P.
He's going to be a 3-stretch-4. He's 6'5".
All right, so you're a 3-stretch-4. The dude that's in front of you, make more shots than him. Even if you don't get his spot, just make more shots than him in practice and try out. Because coach gonna be like, oh yeah, we gotta put him on the team. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, make more shots than him. Go at that dude. Right. Whoever the dude is, find him. Go at him. Because like that's one thing about y'all, man. Please start going at people. Stop being scared to get embarrassed. Like if a dude whoop you, they got 3 years on you. He should whoop you. But what if? Let's think about it this way. What if he don't whoop you? What if you whoop him?
Well, no. Forget coach. Forget that. What if it's close?
Facts. Like who you think coach want to take? I'm playing a freshman.
Right.
I'm like, shoot, y'all splitting that time. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was a high school coach. I'm playing the best players. I'm not saying every coach like that. Okay, so don't get on my head about that. I'm not saying every coach like that. Me,
sad,
I don't care if you're a freshman, 8th grader, 7th grader. I don't care. You playing. Like you gonna play if you're the best player. That's how I operate. Because I don't play the politics game. That's why people get mad at me. I don't play that game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're the best player, you gonna play. So go at that dude, whoever he is. Go at him. That's what you need to do to get ready. And then get in the gym with my man right here, overly dedicated. Get in the gym from now until tryouts and be ready. Be prepared. Because if you prepare, it's gonna show. Take charges too, and take charges. Go. I get take charges. Like, whoop. Because coach gonna be like, that's another possession right there. So do the little stuff. You know what I mean? Do the little stuff on top of cooking.
Yeah, a little insight on him. He it's funny. I wish he asked that question earlier. I hope he was in here. We talked about conditioning.
Yeah.
Because condition. I told him that I was like, bro, you have slower feet than usual right now. Yes, you're going to get them coming to your body and things like that. But what's going to advance that? Jump and rope and just running. People don't know doing that how much coordination and strengthening your body does for you. So that, and he's that's a stretch for because he likes to shoot the ball. He does. He can shoot. He can shoot. But he shoots so well.
Dude.
Huh? Yeah.
I said,
exactly.
Whoever the dude is, cook him.
But he shoots so well, he relies on it. He forgets that he's 6. That's where I'm like, bro. Well, hey, Walt, you still in here? What we do all day? We did bumps all day. Driving, bumping, bump.
Yeah.
Euro, bump. Reverse,
and on
bump.
Top of that, like Walter P, if shooting is your claim to fame, you only got to bump a couple times. You don't got to be a driving bump guy. You just do it a couple times so people respect, okay, he can drive by me. When you have one thing, you're a one-trick pony, it's easy to take things away from you. You know what I mean? Like, all he can do is shoot. Just don't let him shoot. He can't do nothing else to impact the game. That's easy to take you out the game. You know what I mean? So, like, do driving, man, make you a little drive so you know, like, hey, you got to get out here and you got to stop my drive. You know what I mean? That's being a complete player. That's expanding your game. But you have to have something that you can hang your hat on, young fellas. Hang your hat on something and then expand your game so that people can respect the other parts of your game. That's completing your game, right? So to help y'all. That was a good question, my man Walter P. Adrian._.none. When it's your first year in high school, on the high school team, should you focus winning state or improve your skill? Both. First of all, you don't win. If you don't win, don't know about it. They think you the problem. All right. So state championship, like can't nobody take that away from you. You're gonna go back 20 years from now if you win a state championship and look at that banner and be like, man, that was my team. You know what I mean? So you gotta go in there. You gotta do it. You know what I mean? You gotta go try to get a state championship. But you do have to get better with yourself too. That's part of the game. Like you can't just be like, well, I'm gonna sit on the bench. I ain't gonna get better this year because I'm a freshman. Like stop looking ahead. Like I got time. Don't play like that. Like if you're a freshman, play like a senior. You know what I mean? Like be mad that they be like be mad that somebody, man, he a freshman. Like be mad that somebody say that about you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, man, he a freshman, man. So he just bro. Like I'm coming in here trying to play. You know what I mean? Like, is other people doing it? Why can't you? Is other people playing varsity as a freshman? Why can't you? Yeah. It's all you kind of all about mentality, you know? Be quick to fail. Be quick to fail. I see whoever they boasting up, bro, let's play one-on-one. And I'm annoying him to the point where he kills me. I don't care. And just keep doing it. Keep doing it. And it's a thing that's going on in the basketball, village right now. I see you village the other day. It was like something about like how to get better at one dribble pull-ups. Mm-hmm. You only got one dribble in a one-on-one, and y'all both pulling up one for that's how you get better at it. No doubt. You just keep doing it. You just keep doing it. So the faster you fail, the faster you'll figure it out. No doubt. Same thing here. No doubt. That's a good one. That's a good point. Next guy. Oh, not next. It's ladies too in here. Miss Lindsay _Pastor. Okay. What are the top 3-4 skills you look for at D1 for 2-3 guards? Okay. If they're a 2-3 guard, mean they got size. They got to be able to rebound. They have to be able to rebound. If they are not 4 or 5 a game at least. If they in high school, probably 6 to 7 a game, especially if they got size. You got to be able to rebound. The next thing is you got to be able to be respectable from the jump shot. I didn't say you have to be a shooter. You have to be a respectable 3-point shooter because that's the game. You know what I mean? So you have to be respectable in that. You have to be able to defend your position. If you're a 2 and 3, you got to be able to defend guards. All right. Everybody not gonna be pressure guys, but you got to be able to defend with space and angles, understand angles and things like that. Those are three things. I'm gonna let overly dedicated chime in. Those are three things that came right to the top of my head. So recap. Go ahead.
I think a lot of programs, doesn't matter what level, rely on that 3-man to do a lot of things. He's that in-between guy. Like, yo, you're going to have to guard some big sometimes. You're probably going to have to help out, and you're going to have to stop somebody on that perimeter. So guarding, I think from the college level, I know Coach can tell y'all, like, I know guarding is the number one thing you got to be able to do. Just stay in front. Like you say, you don't got to be a pressure guy, but just staying in front and knowing that you can slide your feet and just communicate. Yeah. Communicate. If you're not communicating on defense, it's a big thing. But, you know, control what you can control. You can't control the size and thing, but you can control your determination. You can control your shooting ability. You can control just your IQ and things. And I think, honestly, in my opinion, I think the 3 is the most versatile, most important piece.
Yes.
In any level, because they're that unicorn. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I was watching a podcast with Andre Iguodala and Gilbert Arenas the other day, and they asked him about did he deserve that MVP he won, right? Yeah. And if you that game as a hooper, you know he did, because they were not going to win without him. Although Steph still did his thing, but that was still one of his worst performances ever in any of his finals. You feel what I'm saying? But they were talking about how they scouted for him, how Houston scouted from all these teams that they had to go through, scout for Andre Iguodala a little bit harder than Steph, because we know what Steph's going to do. You can do a little bit of everything. So we got to try to neutralize that, you know, somewhat, not as much, but you get what I'm saying. So.
And then when Harrison Barnes played for the Warriors, that's why they won too. Like, he had a phenomenal series.
Right.
But that 3 spot is that 3 spot's important. But like I said, rebounding, you got to be able to rebound at that spot. If you're a bad rebounder, like, you ain't no 3. You know what I mean? Like, so it's hard to recruit those type of guys. You got to be able to be respectable from the 3. It just is what it is. Develop a mid-range game. Everybody going away from the mid-range, you kids run to the mid-range. If I want to put it this way, okay? Because I tell our guys this all the time. Y'all so worried about 3s, all right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, if we get 4 threes, 4, all right, and you go 2 for 4, that's 50%. 50%. Boom, that's a for 50%. That's only 6 points, right? If you get so good at the mid-range and you get 4 mid-ranges and you make all 4, because that's more reasonable. You can make a mid-range 4 in a row in the game. Right. That's 8 points. So which one would you take? You get what I mean? So just don't like like I said, man, develop your game. Because if you get 2 middies, 2 trays, and you make all them, now you double figures. You know what I mean? In high school, if you want to score 20 points a game, it's 5 points a quarter.
I'm gonna add this. That's the men's games. I deal with a lot of girls too.
Yeah.
If you're a female on here, bro, yes, a mid-range game works in the guys' game, but literally it's the cheat code for y'all.
Right.
I was literally talking to some PT guys, you know, got doctors and all that stuff like that. And women lead the nation in ACL tears and all that stuff, right? And he said, because you got to think about the development of most girls. Most girls, they're developing, they're not really doing much when they're younger, running around, falling, all that stuff, bumping and bruising like a boy would do. And then they get up, they get older, they get stronger, and now they're getting stronger in these things, and they're doing all this athletic stuff, but never develop their brakes in a sense. That's what I'm saying. So you got this Lamborghini now, you're a grown woman, but you don't know how to slow yourself down. You don't have good balance. You got a good core, and that's why these things happen. So I say this to say that if I'm able to turn on the jets and stop and dime for a pop, you watch every time.
Every time.
You watch every single time.
Yeah,
and that's what I've developed with my girls, and that's the thing that really set them apart with some things.
Yeah. That's a great question, Ms. Lindsay. I see you all the time, so appreciate your support as always. Samuel, we 12. Any advice for an upcoming senior who is varsity starter trying to get a D1 offer? Don't listen. Listen.
Hey, you missed the first
I've been
half,
you,
boy. You missed the first half.
Yeah, I've been you before. Okay, so I want to really empathize with you. All right, when you're a senior and you're going into your senior year, that is a scary time because you don't know what the future holds. Right. And it's okay to feel that way. Don't let nobody make you feel like that's not normal. That's normal. All right. But this is super simple, and it's probably not what you want to hear. You have a lot of basketball that you can play. So don't put all your eggs like, I gotta get a D1 scholarship. Just play well, because if you don't play well in high school, you can't move on to no level. JUCO, prep. If you don't play well, focus on playing well, and people will find you. It's the truth. That didn't go away. Like, it's some people at the time that we miss. It is. I'm not saying it like we miss because we can't get there. We didn't see the kid. I get that, man. Like, but still, like, your whole objective is to play well. Play well. If you play well, you're gonna get an opportunity. You know what I mean? Prep, JUCO, it's so much D2. You're gonna get an opportunity. I know D1's the goal, but man, there's so many ways to get to D1 now, and then it's not even frowned upon for you to transfer, because nobody that's watching you. If you're at a D2 and you get an opportunity to go play at a D1, no one's gonna say that's a bad move. No one's gonna say that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just nobody's gonna say that anymore, because they feel the kids have to do what's best for them, and they do. But you also have to make the best decision from the beginning so that you can produce and play well enough that you can garner attention from D1s. So, man, keep your head up, number one. But man, don't get caught up into like what you see on social media, because most of these kids, I ain't gonna say a lot of these kids lie about offers.
Lying.
They lie.
Lying.
So like, they really lie. Like, so, and I'm not trying. I ain't gonna throw nobody on the bus. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, there's kids that's lying about offers. A lot of them. All right. So don't play the comparison game. All right. Just get better.
They walk in the tournament. The head coach assistant coach go like this. They be like, yeah, just got our interest from like, no, you didn't, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Or they call us. They reach out to me and say, coach, like, what can I do? And I respond back, and then they got an interest from me. I don't even know the kid. Like, it happened to me a bunch of times. Like, you'll talk to a kid one time and you really like him, and you'll be like, man, I really like your game. But you never said, hey, man, we're offering you. And then he'll tell his coach, like, yeah, I got an offer from Bakersfield. Like, no, you don't. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm not finna, like I said, I'm never gonna embarrass a kid. I'm never gonna do that. Right. But like, there are kids that are lying. Like, I'm not gonna embarrass no kids. Like, I'm not gonna do that, because I know the culture that they live in is tough. But like, it's dudes out here lying. All right, so don't be worried. Don't worry about what they be saying on Twitter, because because a lot of them dudes be having 50 offers, and really one of them real. Right. So just run your race, man. Run your race.
Absolutely.
All right. Next question. Let me see. That was Samuel. So I got him. So Dr. E.L. Davis. I'm preparing to be a first-year head coach for a school who's been plagued with losing season. What should be my first approach? This is a great question, because it happened to me, brother. I got this one. All right. Your culture is the most important thing. I don't care who you got to kick off. I don't care none of that. Your culture is the most important thing. If you go in there, you set that culture and lay it on the foundation, like the Bible says, lay it on good foundation, you gonna win. And make sure that you care about those kids. They don't care about what you know until they know you care. I'm gonna give you a nugget, okay? Your first practice needs to be getting to know your players. That needs to be your first practice. The reason why I say that is, I went and took over a job, and I didn't know those kids from Adam. They didn't know me. I didn't know them, right? We started off the year, we were 4-1, right? We were talented enough, and I could coach well enough, right? But that wasn't going to get us over the hump. Right. We had a moment where we didn't have to practice, and I set them into a classroom, and we talked. And I opened up to them about me, and I told them, hey, this is me. This is why I am the way that I am. Now, everything stay in this room. All y'all go around the room and let's talk about each other. And man, the stuff that those kids talked about, man, you didn't even know, man. Like, I had a kid that he was a boxer, and his dad didn't like that he played basketball because he wanted him to be a professional boxer. And he was hurt about that, because he's like, man, my dad's never watched me play basketball, right? And you start to really get to see those kids where they're at, because a lot of the times they don't have an outlet. They home life bad. Like, I you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have an outlet with somebody talking to them. They mom always working. You don't know, like, you know what I mean? And you are the person that God has given you an opportunity to empower those kids. Man, you got to make the most of it. But your culture and getting to know your kids is the number one. That's your first approach. If you do that, I guarantee you'll reach back out to me and you'll say y'all won. Yeah. That's the key. All right. So, like I said, I don't know if you got anything to add, but that's the key, my man.
I think you nailed it on the head. Like, I know I'm a trainer. I'm not a coach at all. I'm a trainer, y'all. But I tell my parents all the time, like, you may even see us sometimes just in the gym, just talking. You know, Like 90% of the kids that I have, and it's not my intention, 90% of the kids I have, I've seen them cry. They cry.
No doubt.
Like
No doubt.
that, I don't understand. Like, yo, I said this before, yo. What isn't a big deal to adults is still a big deal to these kids.
No doubt.
Their life with their experience, that same anxiety because of this little girl made fun of her, is just because it's not because they can't pay a bill or something like that. That's the same anxiety. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all can't keep, pushing this stuff away. I'm not saying that's all people, but I'm just saying these kids are going through stuff. And when they're performing 9 times out of 10, it's something that's at home, or they're going through mentally, or they're overthinking. We got to talk these things through, because I can't get him or her to do anything that I need them to do before I understand how they click, how to teach them, because that's going to teach me how to teach them. There's kids that I can't yell at. There's kids that I literally got to go, what are you thinking about? Relax. Remember, this is the focus that we're in. And literally hold their hand and be like, yo,
you good.
You're good.
You're good, bro.
I got you. And a lot of people,
they won't do that. They just think because they know basketball, they can go there and they yell and cuss and like, man, all them kids not going for that. A kid will let you cuss them out if they got a good relationship with you.
Yeah.
If that's your style. But if they don't got a good relationship with you, that's when dudes be firing back. Because I ask a lot of questions, and like, I'm one coach, so like, you can't put us all in a box. I'm sure I'm probably a unicorn, but I'm one coach. Like, I'm asking the kid what happened. Like, if I see something happen on the floor, I'm not going to take the side on the coach all the time. I'm not going to take the side of the kid. I'm going to go get all the information. Hey, man, what happened? You know what I mean? Why did you said something to him, he said something back to you. Like, what happened? Tell me that exchange, right? Because you don't know on the outside looking in. That's why I tell kids, like, kids get the bad end of the stick sometimes, but it really be the adults that provoke sometimes. All the time. You know what I mean? Like, those adults be like calling them stuff out their name, whatever. So like, I'm not saying that, but I'm gonna get all the information. You know what I mean? But it's just best for a kid to stay on the safe side, to not say nothing. You know what I mean? But that
is to the guy. One thing I loved about some of my coaches was after they got to know us, right? They said, "Yo, you're doing in front of everybody. You're doing this. You're doing this. You're doing this. You're doing this. Does anybody have a problem with it?" You know what I mean? So everybody is clear on their role. Everybody knows what they're supposed to be expected to do. So there's no conflict. So there is a conflict. Either we can figure it out, or this team isn't for you.
And you got to be okay with that. Like, as coaches, you got to be okay. Like, let people leave if they want to. Like, you might not be for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, I don't wish bad on no kids, but it's kids that have come to our program that we're not for. And that happens, man. Like, it's just not a good fit. That's why I ask all the questions, right? To go back to the same thing. Ask all the questions. Please know that who your kids are playing for. Like, stop letting people impart into your kids that aren't good people. Like, stop letting that happen, because they are tearing your kids up mentally, and then y'all got to pick up the pieces. Right. You know what I mean? That ain't right, man. Like, don't stop doing it. Do your research. Ask all the questions. Know who these people. And yes, there are some guys that use car salesmen. They're gonna be like, "Oh man, we're gonna do this," but you know in your heart of they're real good, real people. You know what I mean? Like, you know. So like, please pay attention and have discernment. And if you don't know what it is, pray for it. You know what I mean? So you can have it, so you know who you putting in front of your kid. You know what I mean? I care for kids. That's why I'm doing this. Like, I really genuinely care for kids. I think that, man, if we can give them another opportunity in life, like, man, the girls and guys are gonna be some of the best people in our world. You know what I mean? So
you can read it.
No doubt. So you have to, you're important. You know what I mean, as a coach. So that was a great question.
Yeah.
You gave a lot to talk about right there. Good job.
Absolutely.
Let me see. Let me see who I want to go to. We got a lot of questions up here. Let's see if we can try. All right, cool. So how do I find a good elite camp? This is Reese Carey 1, and then she said, does height play a role in getting offers? To answer the first one, yes. Your height does play a role in offers. The smaller you are, the more perfect you have to be. I didn't write the rules. It just is what it is. All right. So if you 5'9", you got to play perfect basketball. It is what it is. If you 6'2", I'm 6'2", 6'3", it was hard for me too. You know what I mean? So I'm not, no offense, like I don't care. I don't want to hear the sob story about being small. Like, it was 6'6" guards that were getting recruited over me that I felt that I was better than that were getting recruited. So like, I don't want to hear the sob story. Just put in the work. You know what I mean? Yeah. It is harder. And then to answer the second part of your question, good elite camps are ones that can give you, like, for example, there are people that have actual relationships with coaches, right? If you go to their elite camp and they can actually like send a report or ask them, this is a question I ask, and if you got a pen and paper, you better write this one down. All right.
Yes, sir.
Ask the people that are in the elite camps, do you have coaches? Because we pay for services, right? We do pay. We go watch their teams or their players, but we do pay for certain services. So ask them, hey man, how many Division I coaches or Division II coaches actually buy your service?
Yeah.
Because they can tell, I'm gonna send your kids out. Like I got a bunch of emails that people are ranking these kids, and I don't have a relationship with them people, so I don't read it. You know what I mean? So y'all can say that it's whatever. It's a relationship based business. There are people that we work with, like the guy that recruited that ranked me. I bought his service. He's with Hoop Scene, right? So everything about Hoop Scene, I'm gonna see pretty much because that's my guy. I trust him. He helped me get recruited. He's a good person, good people. And then a guy that I played in college with is the one that does his Southeast. He does the Southeast Hoop Scene. So like I got relationships with them. So they're my eyes and ears. So then I buy their service. So they were like, man, these are the kids that's good. I'm still gonna go see them. But those are the kids. Those are the tournaments you gotta elite camps. You gotta go see. Okay. Also, when you go to college elite camps, ask how many kids are going to be in attendance. Because think about this. There's 4 people on your staff. If there's 200 people at the elite camp, I'm not trying to take nobody money. I just want you to ask the questions and you make the decision for yourself, right? Ask them how many kids are going to be at the camp. So if there's 200 kids going to be at the camp, what is the reality that your kid is going to get seen? You know what I mean? That's logic. You know what I mean? Like that's a logical question. So I'm not trying to take nobody money out their pocket or nothing like that. Like I think elite camps are a great thing, but if you're trying to go to elite camp to get better, you always go to elite camp. Just go to get better, right? But if you're actually trying to get seen, you have to ask those questions. Okay, so I hope that helps. But like I said, those 2 great questions. But I just wanted to dive deep into that one. I don't know if you had anything to add on that, but
nah.
Okay, Miss Petty 04. If you go to prep school, do you still have all your college eligibility? Yes. So if you go to prep school, you have excuse me, they gave you a gap year. So the gap year is really like your year to get yourself together.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like get yourself together. So you can take that gap year. You really only have to go to class. You can just play. You can just hoop. So prep schools, yes, you still will have 4 years of eligibility. But this is my saying to eligibility because that's the sale. Oh, you still gonna have 4 years of eligibility. All right. If you go to college and you don't play, you don't have 4 years of eligibility. You got 4 years that you was on the team. Yep. Do you want 4 years of playing, or do you want 4 years to be like, man, I'm going to the D1 so I can be? I got 4 years left, right? Go somewhere where you're gonna play and compete for championships, right? Because there's JUCO guys giving scholarships, and some of y'all go pay to play prep school. Hey, to each his own. I would never turn down money, free money, scholarship, Pell money, all that to go play at a prep school, and I gotta pay $10,000-$20,000. I wouldn't do that. Y'all do what y'all want to do, but JUCOs actually give scholarships, and I don't know if y'all know that. All right, California JUCOs don't. They have other things that they can do, but like national JUCOs, like all over, they give scholarships.
Yep.
So I ain't turning down scholarship money.
What's the Netflix show that's out right now?
Last Chance U.
Yeah, they giving scholarships.
Yeah. So
or grants or whatever.
That was a good question though, Miss Petty. Boys ZZX2. How recruitable is a shutdown defensive player that doesn't score much? Okay, I'm gonna add to this. Okay, can they score? Because if they can't score, they are really, really kind of. It has to be like a fit for that school. So like, let's say I'm looking for a shutdown defender, right? And you can't score. You have to make sure that they really can shut somebody down, because there's a lot of like your shutdown and another coach's shutdown could be different. So and then also you have to be the best. You know what I mean? So if I'm only a shutdown defender and I want to get recruited, I need to be the best, one of the best in the country.
Yeah.
That's just so whenever you put yourself in a box and you only can kind of do one thing, you got to be elite at it. So that would be my answer to it. It makes it slim unless you're elite. If you're elite, you're going to be wanted by everybody.
Yeah.
So
don't get it twisted. Like you look at these Patrick Beverly type people, like we say all the time, they only really got recruited because they can hoop all together. Like they can hoop.
Patrick Beverly was averaging 40.
That's what I'm saying.
Cool, I ain't, like
that's
40.
what I'm saying. Like, but people don't know that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he was averaging 40.
And then he was like, "Yo, all right, now
Turn on this light. You got dark out here on me.
I'm gonna pick my role." So you gotta be able to put it in the hoop a little bit, bro.
Yeah, you got to put it. You got to be able to put it in a little, just a little bit. You ain't got to be like a. You
Just
ain't
a
got to
little
be just a little bit. You ain't got to be. You ain't got to be too crazy. Just a little. All right. Next question. Let me see. Let me go to the top. So Matt Riley, what up, Matt? Matt Riley. I don't even know if he's still on here. RSA. As a high school basketball player, what should be your main focus? I always say skill development. What is your take? Yes, you have to focus on your skill for sure. As a high school athlete, if you don't get better throughout your high school career, that was a great question, actually, because you just made me think about something else. So there's been plenty of times where I've seen a kid who was a freshman, and I'm like, man, this kid is going to be really, really good. And he doesn't develop, and then he becomes a very average player. I've seen it happen millions of times. So my answer to that is skill development for sure, because if you getting better, your team getting better, then y'all got a better chance to win. So yes, you need to focus on your skill and getting better, and not like listen to your trainers. Like if your trainer tell you, hey dude, you trying to step out, but you can't make this layup, listen to him and do the step, take the steps. You got time, right? Improve what you can improve on and then move on. Y'all try to move too quick. If I can't make 7 out of 10, I'm gonna keep shooting until I can make 7 out of 10.
Right.
Then we gonna move on to something else, and then coach gonna be like, okay, I need 8 out of 10 now. You know what I mean? Like, don't skip steps. Like, please don't skip steps.
But they don't track
all the time in my videos.
They don't track nothing. They go into these gyms and they're with the trainer, whatever like that. They don't track anything at all. They don't see where the improvement is. They don't see where they're actually struggling at. They goes and make this five shots or whatever, and then they go ahead and say, all right, we can move on. Like, I got this drill I do. I go 5 for 7. After you master that a couple weeks in a row, then we go 9 for 12. Then after that, we go 12, 15. And as the reps get higher, you still got to keep that consistent percentage going through the whole time. So really track your workouts and map them out. Y'all don't map things out.
No doubt. Avril McKibben, she said, I'm a girl who's 5'1" as a sophomore. I play point guard. Will that affect me on getting offers? And then she has another. I'll come back to your second question. So,
Absolutely.
As a girl, I don't think it'll affect you getting offers. I think that, like I said, the shorter you are, the more perfect your game has to be. You know what I mean? So, like, it just has to. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just has to be more perfect. Like, that's just the name of the game. You know what I mean? Like, and what I mean by perfect, like, you got to do all the little stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you got to guard. You got to set your teammates up. You got to make open shots. You got to, you know what I'm saying, talk. You got to dive on the floor for loose balls. You got to take charges. You got to do all the stuff that people don't want to do in order for you to get on the radar, because if you could do multiple things, then it makes you more attractive. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but then if you do things well, you're going to get recruited. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If the coach is looking at that, let me just put it that way. The coach is looking at that, because I only know what I look at, right? I can't speak for anybody else. All right, I only know what I look at. I'm looking at a true basketball player when I'm out there. And sometimes I will be like, okay, I'm going to turn this basketball player down right here with a low ceiling, and I'm going to take a chance on a kid with a high ceiling that got a good work ethic to see that we can try to turn him into something. That does happen. And I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that I don't do that. We do that sometimes, all right? Ask your questions. People that's coming in, ask your question. Put your question in I guess it's a plus sign instead of a question mark. But ask your question in that little bubble.
The question mark.
Is it a question mark?
Yeah, on Android, I'll say a question mark.
Okay, so, and then she asked, how do I get noticed by college coaches even though I go to a small 1A school that's not known for winning a lot? I think you got to find a great AAU team. When you're in those small schools and small cities, you have to find an AAU team that you can play for, all right? Not only that you can play for, that actually play at live events, all right? I had an AAU coach get mad at me earlier this year because he took his kids to a non-live event talking about coaches weren't there. I know they weren't there because they ain't going to no live event. You can go to Google and type in NCAA live events next summer or in the spring or whatever, and they have all the dates, all the tournaments that are live events. So you need to ask those questions before picking AAU programs. But I think if you're at a small school like that, yeah, he got mad at me. I'm like, bro, you taking your kids to AAU Nationals, and we hadn't been to AAU Nationals since I played in high school.
Yeah, there's some hustlers out here, bro. But look, let me make the situation worse for her. Okay, cool. I can't find a good AU team or a high school coach. Can you go over like how I need to approach and start marketing myself to college coaches? As you know, I always speak about film all the time. I think if you don't have anybody taking film, if your parents are taking film, if you are a parent and you're on here and you're not taking film, you're wasting your money.
No doubt, no doubt,
You're wasting
no
your
doubt.
money.
Because we're in a highlight film culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like it's people that do take people off film. Now, I personally and we personally don't take guys off film. Like it'll open up the door for me to talk to you and come watch you play. But we don't take people off film just because I think coach got burned one time. He like, I'm not doing it. But it is a film culture. You do have to market yourself sometimes. You know what I mean? So like, don't give yourself every opportunity. But like please don't be annoying. Like there are some people that are straight annoying. They hit you up every single day. Like I saw it yesterday, right? I didn't think that you were great, so I don't want you to. I'm not responding back to you. You know what I mean? Because we in a screenshot culture too. I can't really tell you, hey man, you're not a good player, or like I wouldn't say that in an email. But I'm saying like I could say, man, we're not really interested. Somebody screenshot it and then try to talk bad about your program. So that's why most people don't respond either. You know, so don't be annoying and be hitting people up. Hit somebody up once a month if that's the case. You know what I mean? Hey, coach, I just want to give you advice, like. You know, not advice. I wanted to let you know how I was going, man. We're 10-2. You know, I'm averaging this, and this. Like, give them a kind of like an update. You know what I mean about how you're doing, and then they may miss it the first 2 times, but then the 3rd time we're gonna see it. You know what I mean? Like, then we'll check you out. So don't give up, but don't be annoying, and then do not. I have a video that went viral. Do not tell us your name. How you gonna send a video and you not tell us your name? Your name, and then some people don't even have their name in the video. Like, come on, man. Like I'm gonna delete that. If you send me just a blank email with a video, I'm gonna think it's a virus on it. I'm gonna delete it. So, simple as that.
That's funny.
Just saying, if you got questions, make sure you put them in this question box, please.
Yes,
Marathon
sir.
Runner 24. Is it possible to walk on at a small school if you're 25 or older, play high school in JUCO? I mean, how many more years you got?
Yeah.
I mean, your clock seems like it's out, my brother. That would be my answer to that. Okay. Oh, that's a good one, Mr. Page. Because all right, so I recruited Mr. Page's son. So he asked. He said, "What's up, Coach? Can you expound on the reality of a recruiting depth chart?" Yes. So there are guys who are our number one guys, right? So let's say we go to an event, and I see me, our other assistants, we all at different events, right? I see some guys, they see some guys, coach sees some guys. Okay. All right. I'm going to come back with a list of guys that I saw that I market. That's what we get a book for. We're marking these teams, okay? I'm going to go into a meeting with our coaches, and we're going to say, okay, who was the best point guard you've seen? Oh, Joe Blow was the best point guard I saw, okay? One of our other coaches is going to say, oh, you know, Jimmy Buckets was the next. He was the best point guard I saw. And then Jay Sean Turner, he was the next best point guard. So we got 3, right? Coach going to say, well, man, I've seen them 2 play. Man, put them dudes on the list. The 3rd dude, put them on the list. But these 2 are top guys because we all seen them, right? So you're not only are you on the board, there's a ranking list. So we're gonna go after our top guy. We're gonna recruit our second guy, and we're gonna talk to the 3rd, 4th, and 5th guy. That's how it works, right? Because you're not the number 1 guy that we want, but we want you. We like you, but this dude played better than you, right? So he's our number 1 guy, right? We do that for every position, all right? So that's why you have some kids that like coach may say, hey man, listen, we got to get this kid. So then you may have a coach that he was talking to you a lot and then it dies down. That's the nature of our business. It is what it is. So like, that's why I always tell y'all, like, find places that, like, I tell a kid, hey, listen, if you got something that you like, you need to take it because make us look like the fool that we didn't take you. Don't wait on us because I can't promise that we're gonna give you nothing. You know what I mean? Right. And I don't want to have you hanging up waiting on us. So I'm like, make us look dumb because we didn't take you. And you go kill at your next spot. You know what I mean? So you are on a hierarchy, like an order. You know what I mean? So you have. Go ahead.
I said they'll show it too. I was dealing with Georgetown a couple weeks ago with one of my kids, and they will display the energy that you know where you're like.
No doubt.
If they're running around or they keep rescheduling on you and all this other stuff, best believe that you may want to look elsewhere. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So yeah.
No doubt. And if you like, hey coach, I want to come on a visit. and they like, okay, we'll get you on a visit, but they never come back and get you no dates. You're not on a list. If somebody brings you in, and they bring you in, when you go on them visits, you need to be. If you're not ready to commit, don't go on the visit.
Right.
I'm just being honest, like, because we spending money. We're spending money to bring you out and your family out and take you out to eat and all that stuff. So if you don't commit, you just wasted our money and our time.
Right.
So if you don't want to go to those schools, stop taking visits just to go, like just to go on a trip. You know what I mean? Like, stop doing people like that. Like, just like, coach, I'm not interested, and move on. Because what'll happen is, like, you get a bad rep as a player. Like, we were like, man, that dude just came on a visit, like, just to come. So then dudes kind of look at they think that's part of your character. You see what I mean?
Right.
So if you're not interested, be honest and be open and tell the coaches, hey, coach, listen, I appreciate you recruiting me, but, man, I'm not interested. Like, even if you don't have anything else, because if you know it's not a fit, like, dudes will talk to you, or girls will talk to coaches, I'm sure, on the women's side. Like, they'll talk to you just because they don't got nothing else. And the moment that they get something better, they ghost you. So it's ghosting going on both sides. It's not just coaching, not just ghosting. We all ghosting each other. Kids will ghost you. You have a whole good conversation with a kid, man. Y'all have built a great relationship. You talking to the parent, you talking to the kid, you talking to everything. Everybody good. And then he get an offer from the SEC, man, you don't hear from that kid no more. Unless that SEC school don't take him. Now they want to come back like, oh, man, what's up, coach? You good? No, I'm not good. We took somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, when somebody believe in you, like, nobody wants to be second choice. It's human nature. It's human nature. Nobody, you don't want to be second choice. You know what I mean? Sometimes you are, just for the opportunity, because you weren't the best one. It is what it is. But, like, I don't want you. You want it. Nobody recruit. I'm talking this. Let me put it this way. Nobody's recruiting you but us. And then the moment that you get something else, you put the people that believe in you first on the back burner. That's wrong.
Exactly.
That's wrong.
Exactly.
But if you got multiple people recruiting you, of course you can be like, hey, man, I want to go to this school better. You gonna have a list, just like we do. So that's okay. If I'm the second guy and your first group don't want you, and then we your second, I'm cool with that. But when nobody's recruiting you, and then it's kind of like this, girls and guys. So I'm gonna say it from a guy's perspective, from a guy. I'm going after a girl. I want her, right? And then it's another girl. She like me, but I don't really like her. I'm gonna go after this girl because she bad, right? And then I don't get the girl that I want, and I'm gonna go to the girl, my second choice. You think she gonna take me? No. So that's what I'm saying. So it's the same thing. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's the same. It's not the same thing, but it's like the concept is similar. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like the concept is similar. I don't have to keep explaining on it. Y'all get what I'm saying?
Yeah. 100%.
Let me try to get some of these questions. But no, that was a good question. Let me see.
Next report, y'all need to make our decisions quick because they pulling from there too.
Facts. You don't make the decision quick. Hey, we moving on, brother.
Mm-hmm.
We going to the next. We moving on. I know I was getting kind of dark, so I had to move up out of that. Yeah, we'll move on you because it's a business. Like, it's kind of like this. Okay, if I'm depending on you to feed my family, right? And if I'm waiting on you, I'm gonna lose my second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth guy or girl.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm out. I lost waiting on you, and then you decide to go somewhere else. I super lost. I might get fired on something like that. So can't do that.
Right. Taking the mat.
That was a great question. Kaylin _Hornbreak. What separates you from other high school, high caliber level mindset, skill, work ethic? We talked about that. I'll get back to that. We talked about that because that was not that hard. Sean LMAO _. I'm a small guard that doesn't get much opportunity or playing time. What should I do to prove to the coaches that I deserve a spot? First of all, when you don't get playing time in high school, I feel like you don't work on your game. Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I'm not trying. Like I said, I'm never trying to come from a bad place. Please, I got to keep it real. If you ain't playing in high school, you ain't working hard enough.
You're not.
Because high school, like most kids don't know how to play like that. So
I put it like this. I got 6th and 7th graders that can play in some local high schoolers the high school teams that I play for. That's how bad some situations. Now, if you go to top school, all right, cool. Maybe we can talk about some things that you need to work on. But for the majority, it's not a lot of schools like that, especially high schools like that. So we're gonna have to assume that you're just not working. I'll be honest. Yeah.
So that would be my answer to your question. Probably wasn't what you wanted to hear, but that's the real.
Make a plan. You think you're working.
Make a plan. Yeah. Nicholas Boyd 4. Let me see. How can a short guard that's 5'7" get noticed by coaches? And also, what's the hate toward us? We trying to make it too wide, just turn us down. What do we need to do? Okay, we said this multiple times. All right, y'all gonna have to go back. I ain't saying it no more. You have to do all the little stuff. All right, you can't do the same thing as a 6'3" guard. You're gonna lose the scholarship. So if a 6'3" guard do exactly what you do,
it's going to the 6'3".
You lost the scholarship. You have to do more. The shorter you are, the more you have to do. It is what it is. I can't repeat that no more. All right. So anybody else got a question about small, that's gonna be my answer. Okay. And then stop. No, let me say this. Stop giving yourself an excuse talking about you a small guard. You've been small. You didn't wake up and just was tall. Like, you didn't wake up and just was small. You've been small, right? So is it because you small, or is it because you're not applying?
Yeah.
Right? Let's be honest, because you've been small. Like, it ain't like you just woke up one day and was like, man, I'm smaller than everybody else. You've been small.
That's a great point. So all those years you was in middle school where your size didn't matter, you should have been honing your skills in the first place. So by the time you started that tone, you should still have skills.
No doubt.
You feel me? I never
Darian Trammell, Coach D. man, Darian Trammell is a dog.
Yeah.
A straight dog. If you want to go see a dog, that dude like 5'8". Mm-hmm. He's a dog. Mm-hmm. Like, real one. All right, so look at him. Look at Marquise Noel. Mold your game after people that look like you, that play like you. Like, if I'm 5'7", I'm going to go watch all the 5'7" guards that play in college. So I can be like, I need to be like him. He obviously made it, right? So, like, you've been small. Like, y'all got to stop with that, okay? No offense. Y'all got to stop with that. I'm a small guard. You've been small.
Hey, you the same size as me. We're 6'2", 6'3". Who did you watch? I watched Chris Paul, Brandon Jennings. I watched you know who else I watched just for IQ and pace wise? Andre Miller. I watched a bunch of people. Who did you watch? Who do you say like?
I watched Iggy because I was a defender. I watched Andre Iguodala. I watched Corey Maggette because Corey Maggette and I had the same build.
Okay.
I watched I watched shooters like JJ Redick. Like, I watched how he like got his feet set, things like that. Because like you take stuff from everybody. Like, I wasn't a shooter, but I wanted to know why he was so good. You know what I mean? Right. So, like, I watched guys that were kind of like bullies, like, because that's how I played. You know what I mean? So like, I watched Corey Maggette's, like, dudes that just got to the back, get up out the way. You know what I mean? Like, I watched dudes like that. Yeah. Andre Iguodala, he sat down and guard. And when he was in college, he was super athletic. He ran. He got out in transition and ran. Like, Victor Oladipo, when I got in college, I started watching his game a lot because I'm like, that dude is built like me. So, like, I'm going to be flying down the floor and try to score and stuff like that. So, I watch guys who are comparable to my size and guys that I was an athletic guy that defended. I could make an open shot, but I wasn't a shooter, and I was more of a driver. So, I watched guys like that.
Right.
Yeah. That's who I watched. But I watched a lot of basketball growing up. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I watched.
They not 90s kids, bro.
No doubt. Let me see. So let me delete some of these so I know that we talked about them already. All right. So I had a mom said, Don Robertson, I missed some of what you said. Did you say you'd pick JUCO? I said I'd pick JUCO over prep schools if I had to pay. Like, I'm not gonna turn down a free scholarship. I'm not gonna turn down a scholarship. Yeah. Like, now you do what you want to do. Yeah. That's just what I would do. But I'm not turning down a scholarship to go pay. Yeah. That's me. So
yeah, 100%.
What are some things coaches look for and try out any level high school coach and things you should focus on mainly to make the team besides scoring? Man, Hub, you're gonna have to come back and watch it because we talked about that. We had a whole 40-minute session about that one.
Yeah.
How would you mold a score first point guard that would have to play, or prefer to play as a score first PG in college? That's a good question. So how would I mold a scoring point guard? So if you're gonna put them in a box like that, they got to be a real scorer, a real deal scorer, and you got to watch guys that score. So if they hopefully you're saying that they're gonna distribute too, all right, because they're gonna have to be able to do both.
Scores
like little scores. AI, like Allen Iverson is a 6-foot dude that can really put the ball in the hole. You got to watch guys like him. Yeah. You know what I mean? In college, like Kyrie in college was, y'all need to watch his 15 games.
He did play.
He was like that. He was really like that. He was like that. Dame Lillard is a good one in college. Dame was averaging like 24 a game. You know, if you 6 foot and below, go watch Antoine Davis from Detroit last year. He averaged 28 a game last year. There's a lot of scores in college. You know what I mean? There's a lot of guys below in college that you can watch. Like if you 6'5", well, you said score first guard. You 6'5", like I'm watching. Oh, Lou Will. Lou Will get bucks. I'm tripping. Like he's 6'1", 6'2". He really he got buckets all levels in high school, college, pros.
Yeah.
He was really a real deal bucket getter. Lou Will. I'm watching Lou Will. That would be a good one. Lou Will. Do my tips pertain to girls too? Most of them. I mean, it's basketball. Some of them are different, just like recruiting wise and stuff like that. But most of them are similar. 6'2", 4 assists. I mean, 4 assists is good. Like he's a combo guard. So you just need to watch guys. Like I said. That was a good question, though, because you had me where I had to think about that one. What should high school basketball players' realistic focus be their junior and senior year while looking to get recruited? All right, so this is gonna be like, this ain't got nothing to do with the game. I mean, got nothing to do with high school ball. As a junior, college guys need to respect your game. All right, let me say it again. As a junior in high school, if you go play with college guys, they need to respect your game. All right. As a senior, you need to be able to play with college guys where you look like you're a part of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the cheat code. All right. So if you're a junior and you can't go play with college guys where I'm talking about D1 guys that really playing, not dudes that's walk-ons on the team. I'm talking about real dudes that's playing college basketball.
Right.
If you are afforded the opportunity to go play with college guys, they need to respect your game. All right. If you're a senior, you need to be out there and they need to be thinking that you on the team because you're that good. Mm-hmm. So that would be my advice to that. That was a good question. I'm a freshman this year, and I try to step up and lead my team and even varsity players, but they brush me off because of my age. How do I get them to respect me? I always play hard and give it all I got and show them my game, but they still act like I'm not a good player. First of all, as a freshman, you ain't finna tell them what to do. You continue to be you, though. Continue to be you, because you got good qualities if you try to be a leader right now. But you just keep doing the little stuff because you ain't got no skin in the game. Like you're a freshman. Like you ain't done nothing. You know, no offense. Because I be talking to our players. You haven't done nothing. You ain't scored no buckets. You ain't done nothing. So you can't go tell a dude that didn't score varsity buckets what he need to be doing. It just is what it is. It is because of your age, but it's also because of your experience. Right? Yeah. So don't take that the wrong way, but like keep being who you are. But just take a back seat for now, and then when you get some buckets and you get some experience under your belt, then you can start opening up your mouth a little bit more. Yeah, all right, but right now,
let's keep it real. Like you're a freshman, and you think I'm gonna let you do that? Like, what the coach gonna think? The coach gonna bench me for you? Like, you still competing with these guys too? Like,
no doubt.
They're not gonna let you in these spots. You feel what I'm saying? So
no doubt.
Just keep doing you. Just keep doing you.
How important location area you live far as being recruited by college coach? Your location don't matter. Yeah. We recruit nationwide. And please ask all your questions in the question thing. All right, because if there is some question I ain't even getting to. We got a bunch of questions, so like I'm not gonna just answer one that's coming through the thing. But to go back to what I was saying, your location doesn't matter. Everything is like you can go to these tournaments. You see dudes from everywhere, Canada, everywhere, girls from everywhere. You know what I mean? You see them from everywhere at those tournaments. So location matters for high school, but then again, like AAU is nationwide, worldwide. So it doesn't. If you play for a good AAU team, you're gonna have a chance to get seen. I'm not gonna say you don't get seen, but you're gonna have a chance to get seen.
Right.
Ask your questions in those. Please ask your question in those question boxes, please.
I just hate how long it runs to because like it's tough for these kids, and we've been talking about development, and a lot of these kids are asking from high school perspectives, but I say this all the time, you guys gotta pick and choose what you guys do because you gotta have a window to develop. You can't just do spring AAU, summer AAU, then fall AAU. When did you get better? I spoke about it earlier today. You're only getting if you're the top guy, you're probably getting 15 shots, 20 shots a game, right? You you think that's enough reps to make your jump shot better, extend your range, get more consistent? No, bro. You gotta find time to lock in, bro. So AU did make the world much smaller, so you'd be able to get recruited anywhere, but you ain't gonna get recruited if you're not good enough.
No doubt, no doubt, and that's like a, y'all think that's harsh to say, but it's true. Like there are people that just aren't good enough, right?
Yeah.
And there are just cause, like in this too, like just because you can score a couple points, or even just because you score 20, does not make you a Division I player.
Right.
Like there are things that we looking at. Does his or her game translate to this level? Because you may be scoring 20 on all layups because you're the tallest guy out there. Where in college you're not gonna be the tallest guy, or you're the fastest guy or girl out there, and you running by everybody. Well, everybody's fast, everybody's athletic, everybody's tall, right? Everybody can make a basket. Everybody was the man or the girl on their team, like on their high school team. That was like the biggest realization for college for me. Like when you go up in there, I'm the man on my high school team, so I come up in there with my swag. Well, the dude that I'm going against, he was the man on his high school team. And the dude that they recruited, he was the man on his high school team. And this person right here, he was the man on his high school team. So you're not different. Like you just
all American. This kid might.
Everybody was all state. Everybody was all region. So them dudes looking at you, man. I don't care about what you did at high school, bro. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like that, everybody was the man. So or the girl. You know what I mean? Everybody was the top player on their team in high school. So it just be like that when you get to college. So like, just focus on getting better, because colleges are humble, you know. You get out there on one of them dudes be looking at you like, man, oh, we got this freshman right here. We finna cook him, you know? So you got to have some fight about you. Like, I just wasn't finna let nobody just cook me. It ain't just finna happen. You know what I mean? We gonna fight before I get cooked. I ain't telling y'all to do that, but that's how competitive I am. Like, we gonna fight before I get cooked out here. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't getting cooked. So, but yeah, like, yeah, that was, you know, that's a good one. I Hoop Jacob, listen, all right. My man Overly Dedicated is he can post some development video. I'm not getting out there posting development video. No disrespect. Like that ain't my thing. I'm giving y'all advice. There's enough trainers on Instagram for y'all to get what y'all need development wise. All right. Now
I literally have a video. Who said that? Who said that?
His name is I Hoop _ Jacob.
Now I'm gonna be very clear right now to everybody who's in here. And somebody gave me flack about this the other day too. The majority of my income as a human being comes from basketball training. You do not need me.
Facts.
You don't need anybody. You do not. You need to develop a plan. You need to go on this thing called YouTube University that will give you everything you need. And you develop a plan. Every hour, how long you're going to be in the gym, how many times you're going to be in the gym, when will you eat to recover, when are you going to do that 6-7 days out of the week, when's your rest days, and then you develop what you're not good at, work on your threats, the things that are going to keep you off the floor, right? You got to work on your weaknesses, right? Not as much as your strengths, right? And then see what your opportunities are on your specific team. You do not need me. You don't need anybody.
That was good right there. That's good right there. I ain't had no trainer. I'm just gonna be real.
Yeah.
I had straight heart, and I knew drills, and I did drills in the gym. I no offense to trainers, man. Trainers are great, man. They're great for the game, right? The ones that teaching you guys the game, they're great for the game. I didn't need one. Like I was self-motivated, because like I feel like when you have a trainer, sometimes like y'all won't work out by yourself unless you're working with your trainer.
It's a crutch.
Yeah, like all right, my trainer not free, so I'm not gonna work out. What?
Yeah,
this is your game. Like. You're not gonna work out because your trainer is busy.
What I mean, like, is and I'm starting to be limited on who I take, like seriously, because the creativity is being killed because of trainers. Everybody wants to work with somebody. Like, bro, figure out what you like to do. To be honest with you, when I'm in the gym with you, I'm going to give you what I think is more effective because I did it. And I watch people either in college or in the league play, all right? But you might do something completely different. When Victor Wembanyama is coming into the league and he's doing this 1-foot-3, who taught him that? Nobody but him. He's hitting it. So, bruh, what do you like to do? What is your bag? If you're, and that's why I tell parents too. Don't come to me before 8. Don't come to me before 10. One, he doesn't even know if he likes it. One, he doesn't even know. Like, bro.
You're wasting your money.
Yeah, like you're wasting your money, bro. You don't need us, bro. Like, you don't.
Like, and like, for example, I had a kid when I was in the G League. I had a dude that I work with every day. His name was Mike Frazier II. He was the most improved player in the G League, and I work with him every single day. Every single day, we worked out. And he thanks me all the time to this day. I'm like, bro, you worked. I just rebounded for you and just told you. I just kept motivating you when you was tripping. Like, we'll be in a game. I'm telling you, we was in a game. And the dude comes to the bench in tears, like almost in tears. Coach, man, I'm not making shots. I look at the stat sheet like, man, is he not making shots? I thought he just hit. So I reach for the stat sheet. I look at it. I said, man, you don't shut up, bro. You 2 for 5. Coach, that's not good enough, man. He in the G. Y'all be happy. Y'all kids will be happy with 2 for 5. He was mad that he went 2 for 5. And that's 40% for y'all that don't know. He shot 40% of the 3, was hot at me. Like, no, I got to make more than that. I said, bro, relax. I've worked with you every day. You gonna make your next 5. Relax, bro. Then now you 7 for 10. He go in the game, bang, bang, bang. He comes to the bench. You was right, coach. You was right. That's all I was there for. He did the work. Like coaches get the credit, but at the end of the day, if you ain't got players, you're not gonna win.
Yeah, bro.
So like,
like
it's about players. Like, that's why I keep encouraging y'all to work. You can make your coach look good if you work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't like y'all be talking about coaches. It's not the coach. It's you. Right. It's you. Sometimes the coach don't give you an opportunity. That happens. Very minimal. Y'all act like it happens all the time, but it happens minimal.
Yeah.
All right. If you put in the work, no coach is not playing his best players. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They're not. So don't give yourself this. Stop making excuses and get in the gym.
And this is a line that I hear all the time, and this is like proof if y'all think I'm lying. I have D1 coaches. I never went D1. D1. I got D1 fathers, right, that come to me to teach their kid how to play. And you know what they say to me, right? He's not gonna listen to me. I know he's gonna listen to you. So literally, you're paying me to communicate what you already know.
Yeah.
But with all that being said, though, if you need help, DM me. I got you.
Next question. McKinley Marlboro said it again. He said, you share insight on this, but can you share the difference between the NBA and college players? Many players think they can Jimmy Butler, JUCO, or Steph to Davidson to the NBA. Okay, let me knock this out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
When you play in high school, and I've seen it several times. When I come to AAU games, y'all miss the most in high school. Y'all miss the most wide open shots I've ever seen for dudes that talk about they in the gym. Y'all be talking about y'all shooters, and I come watch you, and you go 1 for 5. You're not a shooter if you're going 1 for 5 now. Shooters shooting 40 at least, all right, or at least going 3 for 7, 3 for 8. You made 3 threes in the game, and you a shooter. I can deal with that, right? But some of y'all be talking about y'all shooters, y'all can score, and y'all shoot 40 balls and make 17 points and think y'all did something. No. Pros, I ain't even gonna talk about the NBA. G League dudes. Y'all know Duncan Robinson? I know y'all do. Yep. Duncan Robinson was in the G League when I was in the G League, and he played for the Sioux Falls Sky Force. And we won the G League championship the year I was there. And so I got the scout. I got Sioux Falls on the scout. I stayed up all night watching the scout. And when I get to Duncan Robinson, I go, listen, guys. If he see it, it's a bucket.
Yeah.
I don't care if you there. You got to take the 3. That was my scout. You got to take the 3 away. Because if he sees it, you can go and run back down the court because it's a bucket. He's not missing. The man went for like 35. Like, because dudes, they ain't follow a scout, right? But Mike, because I've been working with Mike all the time, Mike went for 43. So we won because Mike went crazy. Mike went nuts that game, right? Mike crazy. I just got done talking about him.
Yeah.
Right? He went crazy. He had 45. But like Duncan Robinson, who's playing for the Heat, when he was in the G League, he was a bucket. If you didn't put your hand, if you didn't take the shot away, you can count it. It didn't matter if he was there. Those dudes that are in the G and in the NBA, they don't miss many open shots.
They don't.
Like,
I give you a quick story. I talk a little about the NBA. So one of my good friends, he trains Joel Embiid. So he was out here and during some of the season, and he also was working with James Ennis when he was working with the Sixers, right? So he said, "Come through. We're gonna work him out. This, that, and the third." So, so if y'all don't know who James Ennis is, that's my point. Okay, don't know.
Long Beach,
Long
Beach State for all the Cali people in here.
Yeah. But he's a bucket. But he only averaged 6 points in the league, so average fan wouldn't even know this, bro.
He don't miss
the things that he was doing. I said, yo, I could have never done this. Like
They're different, bro.
I was delusional, and he
They're
was
different.
cooking. And I'm talking about, I'm not gonna say the names, but he was cooking the all-stars that y'all love.
Facts.
Frying.
So GP played for us too. So GP2, Gary Payton II, he played for us.
Yeah.
And so I was like the defensive guy at the time while I was there. And I remember watching him on defense. I'm like, hey, bro, you gotta play defense, blah blah blah. But like you gotta guard dudes better. You gotta guard dudes better. But the man's hands are huge, and he has sticky fingers, right?
Oh, yeah?
Some of those dudes they're just naturally gifted. I watch GP dunk on dudes like, man, some of y'all dudes ain't even half athletic like that. He dunking on dudes like that's, man, bro. I gotta put some of the videos up he used to do. He dunked on a dude. It was a dude for the Northern Arizona Suns. Man, the dude chopped his steps. He threw the ball down like this and looked at him like, man, you better move out the way. He chopped his steps, took out 1 foot inside the free throw line. Boom! Dunked on him. Like, dudes is just crazy. They're just different. Like, I don't even get hyped when dudes dunk in college no more. Because I saw so many dudes get dunked on in the G League. Dudes be looking at me like, why don't you get hyped? I said, bro, you should have saw. I just seen way nastier stuff than that. Like, that's nothing. So, NBA, G League, pro, overseas dudes, like, man, do not think that y'all on the same level as them. It take them dudes years to even be half as good as they are.
Absolutely. We should already know that, but like I said, the average fan doesn't watch the game.
No doubt.
We should have known that because they had a 6'1", 6'2", a 6'2" guy in the dunker spot for the Warriors. That tells you everything you need to know, bro.
GP got bounced, bro. He different. And then the thing about it is, like, he works on his shooting. Like, people think he don't work on his shooting. Yes, he does. His hands are huge. So, like, he can't, like, that. It's hard for him to shoot. Like, so he's just like, man, screw it. I'm just going to be a really good defensive player. If you go by him and you put that ball by him, he's taking it 10 out of 10 times. That's elite. First of all, the man got a triple-double, and one of his categories. No, he got a quadruple-double. One of his categories was steals.
That's
quadruple-double, bro?
That's insane.
In the G. Like that, man, come on, bro. Some of y'all dudes can't even get a double-double.
Yeah.
we talking about the league.
Yeah.
Come on now. It's levels, baby. It's levels. Just be good at your level. Wherever you at. Middle school, be the best middle school guy. You high school, be the best high school guy. You try to be the best college guy. Like, don't move on. You can't be in the league and you in middle school. Like, be good at your level.
Right.
I went to college because I was good in high school. I was a good high school player. I didn't move on. I actually turned down some deals to go overseas. I could have went overseas, but I didn't move on because I wanted to coach. I already knew I wanted to coach when I got to college. College was good for me because everybody said I wasn't going to college. So that was good. Some of y'all got them aspirations, but man, y'all not even doing what I was doing. Come on now. So, like listen. Hold on. Check this out. I watched the documentary. Y'all need to watch documentaries. Y'all need to watch like documentaries on teams, players. I watched a documentary on YouTube. It's about Patrick Beverly, bro. That his story is so inspiring because he really had a real story. The man goes to Arkansas, right? Goes to Arkansas, plays there for 2 years. He comes home, his mom's lights cuts off, and he goes overseas. And he said, I'm gonna go overseas so I can get ready for the NBA. Right? Gets signed to the NBA after his second year overseas with Miami Heat. Mike Miller goes down, right? They signed Jerry Stackhouse in his place. They cut him. He goes back overseas. Then in the middle of the year, he like they was winning. They was killing his EuroLeague team was killing. And so he said, man, I'm just gonna stay over here and make this bag. He has a clause in his contract that's a no NBA clause, right? Which he couldn't get no NBA contract. The man goes, Houston Rockets call it. He got the Houston Rockets or like some other trash.
I think
right?
Detroit.
No, the Magic, Orlando Magic or something like that. It was somebody trash. Like they were bad. I know that much. So he chose the Houston Rockets. The man had to pay the NBA paid $250,000 on his buyout clause, which that's more. Y'all don't even know what a buyout is. Y'all be talking about the league, right? Buyout is in this contract, which they got to buy his contract out. His buyout number was $1.6 million, and the NBA only covered $250,000 of his buyout. So his mom had to get her checkbook and take $1.4 million and pay that team back so he can go play in the league. And the man took the chance, went to go play in the league, got the Houston Rockets, you know what I'm saying? And then but that, like, his story was crazy. Like, the man paid money to go get into the league, and he averaged, the way him and Will Bynum had a conversation the first time he got cut. Will Bynum played for the Detroit Pistons. You don't know Will Bynum? Y'all don't be watching basketball. Will Bynum was a little point guard. He another dude y'all need to watch. Right? He told Pat Beverly, he get buckets. Yeah. He said, hey, man, listen, if you want to get to the league, if you want to get to the league, told Pat Beverly, that was on the phone. You want to get to the league. He said, bro, you got to lock up and defend. He said, because nobody in the league is doing it. That's when Patrick Beverly became a really, really good defensive player. And he stuck in the league. And every program and organization that he went to, he made them better. So, like, man, y'all got to look at stories like that because that's the real story. That's the real what's happening. Everybody not going to be Steph. Everybody not going to be KD. Everybody not going to be them guys. But that's the real of what dudes be going through. Dudes be getting cut, man. Like, it be good players getting cut, getting sent home. Like, not trash. They good players getting sent home, bro. So, like, make sure y'all learn about the game, learn about the business, learn about all that, bro. Like, this dudes really be out here grinding that's nicer than everybody that don't get a chance to go to the league. Like, they really be like that. You're like, golly, that dude overseas, like, man, he better than this dude on the bench. But he's, like y'all say, he's 6'1", and then the dude that's sitting on the bench, 6'4". It's happening to everybody. So what's going to separate you? You know what I mean? Like, we talk about it all the time. What's going to separate you? You know? So that was a good question. They got us on something. So them league dudes really like that.
Yeah, they like that.
How long do you train for to go D1 or shots you would get up? Do you have a specific workout? Gavin, Miller 44. I don't know where your game is right now, so that's a kind of a hard question because I don't know your game, right? What I would advise you to do is, first of all, you need to do a baseline supplement, like of your game. Go shoot 50 threes and go shoot 50 mid-range and go shoot 50 off the dribble jumpers. That's 150 shots. Just shoot. Don't even make. Just shoot.
Yep.
And then write down how many you made. Don't cheat. Because I'll be like, man, I make 10 out of 10. It take you 40 minutes to make 10 out of 10. If you're a good shooter, it should never take you 40 minutes. Maybe 3 rounds if you really shooting like that. If you shooting every day like y'all say y'all doing, I should come into the gym and say, hey man, make 10 out of 10, and you should do it within 3 tries.
Hey.
If you really like that.
Hey,
all right.
B, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't, and this is no knock to him, but I just want to put into perspective. I hate those types of questions.
Yeah.
Right. So imagine, let's put it into imagine you go to your mentor and be like, yo, I want to be a good coach, but how many hours I got to do? You're already telling me that you don't want to go balls to the wall. You want to do the bare minimum.
No doubt.
Yo, you
doubt.
You go until that dude you think is nice, you busting his ass. Oh, excuse me, sorry. You kill him. You feel what I'm doing? You feel what I'm saying? Like that's how long you stay in the gym. Your number. Quick story. So I was talking to one of my guys before, and he was working out with Kyle Korver when he was in the league, right? One of my mentors, and he was like, yeah. I was like, we got in the conversation on how many shots he puts up a game. He said, yo, it was literally what he felt. So he said one time he came in the gym, right? Kept shotting. They said they got some like 120, and he started missing. And he was like, all right, I'm done for the day. They was like, yo, we only 20 minutes in. He said, nah, I don't shoot when I can't control my mechanics anymore. But this is one of the greatest shooters of all time. So there is no measurement.
There's no hour. There's no time. Yeah. You just work.
You gotta work.
Like you might go up in there. Like for example, I broke it down like this for college guys. I said, how many times you been to the gym? Coach, I'm tired. I said, tired? I asked him, I said, tired? I said, okay. What time we got weights? They're like, Coach, we got 7. I said, okay. So let's say you come up in here 6:30. All right. You come up here or 6. You come at 6. All right. We work out together at 6 because we was getting up at 5:36 working out every morning. I said, so that's one workout, right? I said, after weights, why don't you work on form shooting for 15, 20 minutes? Do your shot progression. Mm-hmm. He goes, I ain't think about that. I said, and then after your shot progression, make 100 free throws. That's 2 workouts. Show up early before practice, 30 minutes to an hour before practice, and work on your shot progression, and then go into all the shots you're going to shoot in practice that you're going to shoot in the game throughout offense. Boom. Right? Knock that down. All right? Now you done worked out 3 times. Right. After practice, come back again, and then work out after practice. Make 100 to 200 shots after practice. Man, you probably made 500 shots right there on 4 workouts, right? If you don't want to come back ever again for the rest of the day, you done worked out 4 times. Excuse me, 5, including practice. So really, are you really tired? No, you're not putting in the work. Like you're not like you said, a plan. You're not organizing your time and putting activities towards your time.
Good. And every workout don't gotta be
hard.
1,000 rules.
No doubt.
Don't. Like that's what y'all be missing. Y'all think y'all gotta be sweating, drenched, about to die. No.
You don't have to be there in every workout.
Don't.
You
this
just
is
have to
what
be
coaches
focused
say.
on. You can go every workout and focus on one thing.
One
I'm gonna work on
thing.
my ball handling for 30 minutes. I'm gonna work on my shooting for this workout. I'm gonna work on all my stuff off the pick and roll on this one. I'm gonna work on my catch and shoot in this one. Like you can really break it up like that. You don't have to kill yourself in the gym. It has to be focused work, like I always say, focused work.
Yeah.
All right. Be smart. Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
Smarter.
No offense, bro. I'm not coming at you, but I just wanted to put that as perspective for something that you should think about.
Yep.
Like for real.
Yep. That's good. That's good. Let me see. I'm gonna answer one more question. I'm gonna get up off here. Let me see.
Right. Let's do it.
214 Joy_C.M. This is a good one. If you heard good things about a player and their stats are nice, but when you come watch them play, they don't perform, do you cross them off the list? Okay, let me ask you this. All right. Let's say you are the CEO of a company. All right. No, I'm serious. Follow me. You're a CEO of a company. All right. And you heard great things about somebody that's going to help you make money. Your company money. Right. And then you have an interview with them and they bomb the interview. What are you going to do? Are you going to cross them off the list? Maybe not. You might not cross them off the list. So no, to answer your question, no, we're not going to cross them off the list. But that don't mean they're getting the job.
Right.
Right? Maybe I need to do a second round of interviews, right? Maybe I need to go see them one more time. But if I have someone like we talked about earlier, if they're not on my list, these, like, you got to think, I have a list already. So people that are trying to get onto my list got to be better than the kids that I already got on the list. So if they don't play well, how can I move them on? How can I move them over somebody? Because I've seen these kids play well multiple times. How can I move them on top? So I always say this and people get mad at me for it, but like, no, like you gotta play well. Like you have to play well. That's because that looks to us, our game at the Division I level and higher is all pressure. It's everything. Every game it's all pressure. You're trying to win every game. You know what I mean? And you got pressure on you to win every game, to have a winning season, or you lose your job. You got pressure to get to the tournament. Some people, high major guys, they got pressure to stay in the top 25. They got pressure to, they got to win a natty this year because they just signed the #1 recruiting class. They got pressure. So if you can't handle pressure, like if you have a guy or a girl and we come watch you play and you don't play well and you knew we was coming, that means you can't handle pressure. We got to think that way because it's always, you got to think, if it's our jobs on the line. And the last question I'm going to end with y'all, okay, before we get off. Y'all be asking us as coaches, okay, to put our job on the line for your kid.
Mm-hmm.
Would you put your job on the line for your kid? Would you put your job on the line for their work ethic? Would you put your job on the line for them, their character, right? Over someone else's kid? That's what you have to think. That's how you have to always play this. Would you put your job on the line? If you wouldn't, then you need to tell your kid to get in the gym more. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's nothing wrong with your kids to do well, but we got to be realistic in this because these are how people feed their family. You know what I mean? This is how people keep their careers. Like this is what it is. So if you wouldn't put your job on the line, don't tell nobody else to put their job on the line. This is not play. This is not just like this. Basketball becomes a business around like your junior, senior year. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's not like that no more. It goes away from being, like fun in a way. You still have fun, but like the real fun at this level is winning. When you lose, it's not fun.
Yeah.
Like when you're not winning, it ain't fun.
Right.
So the game changes, and it's like, I know it's kind of sad because you grow up with so much love for the game when you're younger and things like that, but it is a business.
Right.
And people's jobs, their careers, everything is on the line when they don't perform. And that's players and coaches. So I want you guys to understand that, not in a bad way, but like start moving around business like, okay, if it's a business, shoot, I got to produce. Just like if you was at your job and you in sales, you better produce, you're going to get fired. If you don't bring in that commission, you're going to get fired. You know what I mean? If you work this is not 9 to 5. This is not no disrespect, because people working their butt off. This is not like a set time. Like you don't go to work for a set time and get a set pay. Here, I'm working 60 to 80 hours a week, and I don't get paid more than y'all. That's God, the honest truth. I don't get paid more than y'all. Now them high major dudes, them dudes that's in the SEC, they different, but I don't get paid more than y'all, and y'all work less than I do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So. It's just different. It's different levels to this. It's no disrespect to nobody. It's a lot that goes into this. And most of y'all, if you weren't getting the amount of money If you were getting the amount of money that we get compared to the hours, you wouldn't do what we do.
It's true.
You wouldn't do it.
It's a lot of
because a lot of time it's a lot. Like my phone always got to be on just in case one of them kids call me at 12 at night and something going on, and I got to get up out of my bed, away from my wife, and get in my car and go check on them and make sure they straight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's not it's deeper when you get to the business life, because these kids are your investment. I talk to parents and I'm like, listen, I'm gonna help your kid become a better man, and I mean that. So I gotta wake up at 12 in the morning if something going on with your kid because you're not here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's extra hours out of my day. That's extra sleep that I gotta take away. I gotta wake up in the morning. I gotta wake up in the morning at 5:30 to make sure that this dude get in the gym and get better, because I promise you that I'm gonna help him get better.
That's time away from your kids.
No doubt. I got to get up and I got to get into study hall and I got to make sure that dude do his classwork, because I got to make sure that he gets his degree, because I promised you that he going to get his degree.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's business, man. Like, it's business. I want you guys to understand that, because, like, it's no offense. I wish everybody could get a scholarship. That's just not how it is. I wish you could give them all away. That's just not how it is. So if you really want to be at this level, the amount of work that you got to put in is astronomical. And if somebody is better than you and they on a board and they on rankings and they stuff like that, you got to work 2 to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times harder than them to try to get their spot. And it just is what it is. And if you're not willing to put in that type of work, right? You're not willing to put in that type of work, you can't play at this level.
It's hard.
And it's simple. Or you can't play at the next level, because it takes sacrifice.
Yeah. It's the concept is simple. The concept is simple. It's hard, but the concept is simple. You just got to make a decision if you're going to do it or not.
Yeah. So, hey, man, I appreciate you guys. I love all you guys. I really do. Man, we got a great community. Man, I just try to keep it real with y'all. I know I hurt some of y'all feelings sometimes. I apologize, but I got to keep it real with you. You know what I mean? But if you listen to what I'm saying and not necessarily, like, take it personal, the work that you put in you can accomplish great things. I really believe that, right?
In life.
But
in life.
In life. In basketball life and everything that you do, I really believe you accomplish great things. So just because you don't play basketball, you're not a failure. Just because you don't go D1, you're not a failure. If you get your scholarship, if you get your college paid for, dog, that's a blessing. No matter what level you go to, you know what I mean? You're not a failure. So stop making kids feel like that. I don't want y'all to feel like that. Like, man, go where you're wanted, go where you can get something done, get a college education, man, and just be something in this world. You know what I mean? Because we need y'all. We need y'all. All right? So I appreciate everything, y'all. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate all you guys. Man, I overly dedicate. I appreciate you jumping on here and talking. Like I said, man, it's just, you guys are great, right? You guys are great. So I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right, my man. I'll see you. See you guys. Be great always. All right.
Peace.
All right.